Today we're going to be making the Gulag Loadout effect from the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare game. I used this effect in a real-life Airsoft video project and thought it might be useful for other people too.
You win this fight and you return to the front line. If you lose, you're done here.
Win this fight and you return to the front line, but if you lose, you're done.
Let's start by creating a new composition, then making a red solid in it. Apply the grid effect and set the blending mode to normal. Change the size to width slider, make the width something like 6.6 and the border size to 1. Precompose the red solid and select Move All Attributes. Grab the rectangle tool and make a bar at the top of the composition and turn the layer's opacity down to something like 75%. Next, select the two rightmost nodes in the mask and drag them left off screen. Keyframe the mask path here, then move a few frames ahead in the timeline and drag the two nodes evenly across the screen by holding Shift. Let's give it a little feather too. Move ahead a few frames and drag the two leftmost nodes off the right side of the screen, again using the Shift key. Now we can fix up the timing a bit. Move the keyframes together in such a way that would make the initial appearing bar animation slightly longer than its disappearance. We should get this streaking effect that we want. I also keyframed the opacity to drop to 0 as the bar moved right off screen. Now let's create a new black solid and use the rectangle tool again to make the weapon info boxes. Drop the opacity down to 60%. Grab the pen tool and add two more nodes equally distant from the top left and bottom right corners along the mask. Delete the corner nodes and we should get some corner cuts. Use the text tool and write in the primary weapon and description text. You can use whatever colors you want, but I used these ones right here. Select all the text boxes and duplicate them down for the secondary weapon info. Don't forget to change the text. One more time and we have our equipment panel. You get the gist of it. Now hit up Google Images and find a side profile picture of whatever weapons you want. It'd be great if they were already transparent, but if not, you can just mask or rotoscope the picture. Drag them in, resize them, and make sure they point to the left of the screen like they do in game. Drop a tint effect on the picture and change the color for the value of map to black to a light gray, or this color I used. Do the same thing for the rest of your weapons too. Now just for the aesthetic, create a new red solid that is this color, and resize it to a small bar above the primary weapon box. Drop the opacity to 95% and duplicate the layer. Now make the duplicate layer's width smaller and move it to the far right of the red bar. Change the color to this orange by selecting the layer and then pressing Ctrl-Shift-Y. This will be our loadout label and we can write it in using white text. Call it whatever you want. Now select all the UI we just made and pre-compose it. We're almost at our final product. Grab the loadout UI pre-comp we just made and move it to the middle of the screen. Keyframe the position and the opacity and jump ahead to where the red bar reaches full visibility on the timeline. Slide the loadout layer into its resting position and keyframe the opacity to be visible in about half that time. Select all the keyframes and make them Bezier using the F9 key. And there you have it, the loadout screen from Modern Warfare. If you liked the tutorial, let me know in the comments. See you guys next time.